Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today I will analyze the indictment of James Comey. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the alleged crime, then offer my analysis. For many years, Donald Trump has maintained animosity toward James Comey. In 2017, when James Comey was the FBI director, the president asked him to let go of the investigation into Michael Flynn, who was Trump's first national security advisor. That same year, Trump fired James Comey. This led to an investigation of possible Trump campaign connections to Russia. Since being fired, James has been a vocal critic of Trump, and, not surprisingly, Trump has returned the favor. He pushed for federal charges against James Comey, a worrisome and unusual move for a U.S. president to make against a political enemy. The U.S. Attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia, Eric Siebert, resisted pressure to go after James Comey, arguing that there was not enough evidence to charge him. Trump responded by forcing Eric out of his job. On September 20, 2025, Trump posted on social media demanding that Attorney General Pam Bondi seek charges against James Comey and other political enemies. Trump said, quote, "We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. Impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times. Over nothing. Justice must be served now," unquote. Trump appointed a 36-year-old White House aide named Lindsay Halligan as the interim U.S. Attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia. Now moving to the timeline of the alleged crime. On September 25, 2025, James Comey was indicted on 2 federal charges in the Eastern District of Virginia, making a false statement and obstruction of a congressional proceeding. The indictment was signed by Lindsay Halligan, who was only a few days into her new job. The grand jury refused to indict James on a 3rd count, which was also for allegedly making a false statement. The indictment indicated that James allegedly committed the 2 offenses on September 30, 2020, while testifying on Zoom at a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing. This hearing was focused on how the FBI may have made mistakes when investigating Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The investigation was known as Crossfire Hurricane. James Comey said he had not authorized someone else in the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about an FBI investigation concerning Hillary Clinton. The government alleges that James Comey's statement is false because he knew that he had authorized a person to serve as an anonymous source. Specifically, they believe he authorized his deputy FBI director, Andrew McCabe, to leak information about the Clinton probe to the Wall Street Journal in October 2016. The second charge against James Comey, obstruction, is based on the same statement about not authorizing someone to leak information. So 2 charges were filed for 1 statement. After the indictment, James Comey published a video on Instagram saying, quote, "My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right," unquote. James Comey also said, quote, "I'm innocent, so let's have a trial," unquote. Trump appeared to be very happy about the indictment and called James Comey a dirty cop. James is scheduled to be arraigned on October 9, 2025. The judge overseeing the case is a Biden appointee. Now moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few areas that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. The indictment against James Comey represents the first time a former senior government official was charged in Trump's revenge campaign. Rather than just admitting that he was seeking retribution, Trump claimed that he was not out for revenge, saying, quote, "It's about justice, really. It's not revenge. It's also about the fact that you can't let this go on. They are sick, radical left people, and they can't get away with it. And Comey was one of the people," unquote. Referring to the possibility of weaponizing the Justice Department against other political enemies, Trump said, quote, "It's not a list, but I think there are others," unquote. Trump has made no secret about who those other people are. He is going after New York Attorney General Letitia James, Senator Adam Schiff, former CIA Director John Brennan, and Trump's national security advisor for his first term, John Bolton. Some people wonder if Trump is also going after the Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis, who charged him in an election interference case. The Department of Justice issued a subpoena for records related to her travel history. Item number 2. Who is Lindsay Halligan? Lindsay was born in 1989 in Portland, Maine. She was raised in Broomfield, Colorado. In 2009 and 2010, she competed in the Miss Colorado USA Beauty Pageant. Lindsay earned a degree in broadcast journalism before graduating from law school. She found a job with an insurance law firm. A few months after meeting Donald Trump in November 2021, Lindsay was appointed to his legal team. She said that she saw the same thing with Trump that she saw when she interned at the Innocence Clinic, someone who was getting railroaded by the system. Over the next few years, she represented Trump on a few different matters, including unsuccessfully suing CNN for defamation. In 2025, when Trump started his second term, he appointed Lindsay as the White House Senior Associate Staff Secretary and Special Assistant to the President. As I mentioned, in September 2025, Trump made Lindsay the interim U.S. Attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia. He did this despite Lindsay having zero experience as a prosecutor. Given how this district handles a number of sensitive cases related to national security, U.S. attorneys in that office usually have long prosecutorial careers. Having a U.S. attorney with no experience as a prosecutor in that district is unheard of. Item number 3, James Comey maintains his innocence, and he has a staggering number of supporters. They argue that this prosecution is politically motivated. Specifically, Donald Trump is trying to get revenge on James Comey. Lindsay Halligan, of course, disagrees. Despite having no experience as a prosecutor and not appearing to have any credible evidence against James, she argues that James is guilty. This brings me to the question, is James Comey guilty of making a false statement and of obstruction? Let's take a look at the evidence both for and against the idea that he is guilty, starting with the inculpatory factors. Andrew McCabe leaked information to the Wall Street Journal in October 2016. At that time, he was the deputy FBI director. The leak was not illegal, but investigators claim that Andrew wasn't honest about it afterward. He was fired from his position. During this time, James Comey was the FBI director. It's possible that he authorized the leak. If he did, then his testimony in September 2020 was false. That's pretty much it for the inculpatory factors. Now moving to the exculpatory factors. The testimony James Comey offered to the Senate Judiciary Committee in September 2020 may have been true. In 2018, the Department of Justice Inspector General examined James Comey's original statements denying providing authorization to Andrew McCabe to leak information and found that the overwhelming weight of the evidence supported James Comey's version. It's also possible that James did authorize the leak, but he did not remember doing it. Maybe he did not intentionally deceive. The making a false statement charge requires a person to knowingly and willingly make a materially false statement. The obstruction charge in this case is based on making a false statement. So if the government can't prove James intentionally made a false statement, he cannot be guilty of obstruction. On the day of the hearing, when James allegedly lied, there were technical problems with the audio. Perhaps James said something that the committee didn't hear, or the committee said something that James couldn't hear. This alleged false statement could have been based on incomplete communication. The prosecution of James Comey appears to be politically motivated. A selective or vindictive prosecution is not permitted under the law. It's difficult to believe this case was brought against him based on a prosecutor's neutral assessment of the facts. Trump has repeatedly made it clear that he wants to punish his enemies. When he was a presidential candidate, he promised to usher in an administration of retribution. James Comey is one of the enemies Trump has identified. Trump has called him a liar, a dirty cop, a total slimeball, guilty as hell, corrupt, and one of the worst human beings. Several federal prosecutors had concerns that the case against James Comey was too weak to file charges. There was an internal memorandum indicating this, which Lindsay Halligan ignored. When considering all the evidence in this case, do I believe that James Comey is guilty? No. In my opinion, he is not guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and not guilty in reality. This is a political prosecution. It could be a bad sign for the government's case that the grand jury rejected the third count against James. This is something that rarely happens. It is not difficult to secure an indictment from a grand jury. The proceedings are based on a low burden of proof, probable cause, not the high standard of beyond a reasonable doubt. They are one-sided, do not feature the presentation of exculpatory evidence, and the vote does not have to be unanimous. The failure to get an indictment indicates a weakness in at least part of the government's theory. There is no doubt that James Comey's lawyer is going to file a motion to dismiss the indictment. Judges are reluctant to do that, although this case is highly unusual. Maybe the charges will be dismissed. If the case does go to trial, there will be a lot of Democrats on the jury due to the location. This could present a problem for the prosecution. The path to victory is narrow, if it exists at all. Item number 4, what do I think happened in this case? This is just a theory, my opinion. Donald Trump is self-centered, grandiose, arrogant, bombastic, antagonistic, petty, vindictive, lacks insight, and has a sense of entitlement. A key feature of vulnerable narcissism is holding a grudge. Trump believes that everyone should be loyal to him. When someone fails to be loyal, like James Comey, they become an enemy. Unlike Richard Nixon, who covertly targeted his political enemies, Trump has made his pursuits public. He doesn't conceal his activity because he truly believes it is moral. He blames Biden for allegedly being involved in indicting him. Therefore, Trump will forever feel justified in pursuing retribution. He believes that it is plainly obvious to everyone that he is doing the right thing. In his mind, people are saying, of course Trump should get revenge. The prosecution of James Comey represents an important moment in American history. If the government obtains a conviction, it will signal a perilous drift toward authoritarianism. Fewer people will be willing to stand up against Trump, afraid of going to prison. If James Comey is vindicated, it will be a massive and embarrassing defeat for Donald Trump. Either way, one thing is certain: Trump will not stop his campaign of revenge. He is incapable of learning from his mistakes or from history and will never change. If achieving his goal of revenge requires installing 1,000 beauty pageant contestants into positions of power, then people should brace for an unstoppable wave of tiaras. Those are my thoughts on the indictment of James Comey. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Just a reminder that I have over 300 pre-release videos on my Patreon account. These videos are of the same quality as the videos I release to the public. When I put a video in pre-release status, it usually stays that way for several months, if not a year. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video.